Rocky Calavito was definitely one of my favorite players. And it's difficult to imagine how popular Calavito was in Cleveland, but he was very, very popular. He always had time for his fans. Hundreds of fans would gather at the gates after each game for his autograph. Rocky would say, "If you'll do me a favor and line up, I'll sign for all of you." So when the Indians general manager Frank Trader Lane traded Rocky Calavito to Detroit for league batting champion Harvey King, he had no idea of the kind of protest that would unleash. He said they wanted to lynch me, and I went back to my hotel that day, and there was a dummy hanging in effigy from a lamppost. Frank Lane had said on the dummy. They must have thought, "Here's our handsome Rocky gone, and all we got is this ugly slob of a general manager." Crowds of fans, some of them young girls who adored the young slugger, picketed Cleveland Stadium, and they carried signs saying, "Don't knock the rock," or "You'll always be ours, Rocky." Yeah, Cleveland was going to miss what Calavito did in 1958. 41 home runs, 113 RBIs, and a .303 batting average. He also had played 241 consecutive airless games, and his powerful arm initiated 6 double plays from right field. My favorite day in 1964 was Bat Day. I got a green Rocky Calavito bat. Hello everybody, this is Apba Brian with Apba Baseball Classics, bringing to you Game 2 of the American League King of the Hill tournament. This one is the Boston Red Sox at Tiger Stadium to play the Detroit Tigers. Yesterday the Red Sox defeated the Kansas City A's 4-1. Today, here are your starting lineups. Leading off and playing second base, Pete Reynolds. Batting second, playing right field is Lou Clinton. Ted Williams will bat third and play left field. Frank Malzone's at third base. Vic Wertz batting fifth at first base. Russ Nixon hitting sixth at catcher. Willie Tasby is the center fielder. Don Budden at shortstop. And the pitcher is Tom Brewer. For your starting lineups for the Detroit Tigers, Eddie Yost is leading off and playing third base. Al Kaline will bat second and play center field. Norm Cash hits third at first base. Rocky Calavito will bat fourth in right field. Charlie Maxwell's batting fifth and playing left field. Chico Fernandez batting sixth and playing shortstop. Frank Bolin hitting seventh and second base. Lou Beret is the catcher. And the pitcher is Jim Bunning. Jim Bunning was 11-14, 2.79 earned run average. We are using basic Apba, and Pete Reynolds is in the box. Here's the pitch from Jim Bunning. 6-9 is going to be a swing and a miss for Pete Reynolds. 1 away. Clinton is up, the right fielder. 5-3 is the roll. That's going to be a ground ball pitcher, X. And 17, all pitchers are fielding column 2. That will be a successful play for the pitcher. 1-3, 2 outs. And here is Ted Williams. 6-11 is the roll. It's a fly ball right field, X. The right fielder is Rocky Calavito. He is a 3. And that's going to be another roll. And it's caught. So the Boston Red Sox are 3 up and 3 down. We go to the bottom of the first, no score. Lucky man, Eddie Yost steps in the box for Detroit. Here is the pitch. 2-5 is a walk. 1,614 walks in his career. And for several years, Mickey Mantle, Ted Williams, and Eddie Yost were the only three guys who lead the league in walks. Here is Alkaline. 5-4 is going to be a center field X. Center fielder for Boston is Willie Tasby. He is a 3. 4-3 is safe at second on an error. Tiger fans are hardly in their seats, and the Tigers have a huge scoring opportunity here. Here's the first baseman, Norm Cash. 3-7 is a walk. And don't look now, but here comes Rocky Calavito, 35 home runs in 1960. I think he hit 45 in 61. Here's the pitch to Rocky Calavito with the bases juiced. Can he put a quarter in the merry-go-round? 6-7, that's off the pitcher's card. Ground ball, second base, X. Second baseman is Pete Reynolds. He's a 3. 8-3 is a out. Runner on first is out, going to second. Completion on double play with a run will score. 2 are out, and here is Charlie Maxwell. 5-10 is going to be a ground ball third base X. And that is Frank Malzone, who's a 2. And that's an out. 5-3. So out of all that, Tigers only get 1. We go to the top of the second. Detroit 1 and Boston nothing. As a rookie, Jim Bunning brought an economics degree from the Xavier University to the major leagues, and only a fastball, and they found that the fastball was not enough. So he needed to develop a breaking ball, and he developed a really good slider, and that made the difference in his career. He'll be facing Frank Malzone, Vic Wertz, and Russ Nixon here in the second inning. 2-7 is the roll. That's going to be a fly ball to left field for the first out. Here is Vic Wertz. 5-5 is a strikeout. And now the catcher, Russ Nixon. 2-10 is a ground ball to the pitcher. 3 up, 3 down. Again, we go to the bottom of the second inning. 1-0 Detroit. Here is Charlie. No, Maxwell already batted, so the batter is Chico Fernandez, the shortstop. That's a 2-4. That's going to be a pop-up to the shortstop, Don Button. 1 away. Frank Bowling. 6-6 is a walk to Frank Bowling. Catcher Lou Berberet. 5-5 is going to be a fly ball to center field C, and that is where it holds. 2 out now, bring the pitcher Jim Bunning to the plate. 2-9 is a strikeout. We go to the third. Detroit 1, Boston nothing. Willie Tasby leads off the third inning for Boston. 6-6, 6-7 is the roll. That's going to be a split. And that's a single for Willie Tasby, the first hit for the Red Sox. D. Steeler, they're not going to hold the runner. Here is Don Budden. (3-7) is a walk. First and second for the pitcher, Tom Brewer. He will square around the bunt. And we go with the 2. That's going to be a single on the bunt. And now the Red Sox have the bases loaded with nobody out. Here is Pete Reynolds. At 320, he was the American League's batting champion in 1960. Infield is playing back. Here's the pitch. 310 is a base on balls, and that will walk in a run and make the score even at 1-1. Credit Reynolds with an RBI. Here is Lou Clinton, who is replacing the injured Gary Geiger, who was injured yesterday's game. Here's the pitch. 5-5, infield still back. It's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Now there's one out for Ted Williams. One six is a 1/13 a single or a line out to second base. Hit on the screws, but right at Frank Bowling. Frank Malzone, the third baseman, 2 outs, bases loaded. 4-5 is a strikeout, and Jim Bunning escapes with only 1 run across. We go to the bottom of the third, all tied at 1. Ed Yost will lead off the third. He's a good defensive third baseman, although he's rated a 4 here. He didn't have a lot of range. I believe he had good hands. In fact, let's see. Well, maybe not such a good. He's a defensive player. He has a penchant for getting walks, and that gives him a high on-base percentage, 416 in 1960. That's why he was the leadoff hitter. Was that high? He wasn't fast. Didn't steal many bases. 5-8 is going to be a fly ball to right field, 1 away. Batter is Al Kaline. 6-5 is going to be a ground ball to shortstop. Don Budden's a 4. 18-4 is going to be an out. Norm Cash. 4-7 is a single for Norm Cash. So C. Steeler, probably not going to hold the runner. One through 11 will be his chance to steal second. He's not going. He's going to let Calavito swing away with somebody on base. 6-2 is a walk. First and second. Now Brewer will work to Charlie Maxwell. 1-8 is a line drive to first base. We go to the top of the fourth, 1-1 tie. Vic Wertz leads the fourth inning. 6-6 is the roll. That's going to be a split result. 11 is a double for Vic Wertz. Russ Nixon's batter. 3-4 is a ground ball to first base. If no runners are forced, the runners hold. Willie Tasby. 5-9 is going to be a strikeout. That is the 5th strikeout for Jim Bunning. And here is shortstop Don Budden. 5-7 is going to be a hit. And that's a single for Don Budden. Makes it 2-1 Boston. Bunning now wondering why he didn't walk the 8th place hitter. He went ahead and pitched to him. He was only a 245 hitter. Here now's the pitcher. 3-8 is a strikeout. Go to the bottom of the fourth, 2-1 Boston. Shortstop Chico Fernandez leads off for the Tigers. 4-3 is a fly ball right field X. Boston right fielder is Lou Clinton, who is a 3. 16-3 is an out. Frank Bowling walked his first time up. 3-7 is a line out to the shortstop, caught by Don Button, 2 away. And now the catcher, Lou Burberay. Five-4 is a fly ball center field X. Willie Tasby is a 3. 17-3 is a caught. We go to the fifth inning, 2-1 Boston. Pete Reynolds leads off the top of the fifth for the Red Sox. Finished his career with the Houston Colt 45s. He was from Texas, and then when he retired, he operated a sporting goods store in Pasadena, Texas. Here's the pitch to Pete Reynolds, 6-8 is a strikeout. Lou Clinton, 3-11 is a ground ball to the Detroit shortstop, Chico Fernandez, throw to first, 2 down. Here is Ted Williams. 0 for 2 today. 3-8 is a ground out to shortstop. Let's go to the bottom of the fifth inning, 2-1 Boston. Jim Bunning's due up first for the Tigers. There's the pitch. 1-11 is a ground ball to the pitcher. 1 down. And now Eddie Yost. 1-12 is a walk. Al Kaline. 3-4 is a drive. It might be, it could be, it is out of here for Al Kaline, regaining the lead for the Detroit Tigers. It is now 3-2 Tigers. Here comes Norm Cash with 1 out. 2-7 is a ground ball to second base. And now Rocky Calavito. 5-8 is a fly out to right field. Tigers score 2. It's Detroit 3, Red Sox 2. Frank Malzone, the hitter. 2-9 is a pop-up to the second baseman. Frank Bowling is under it and makes the catch, 1 down. Vic Wirtz. Wirtz doubled and scored in the fourth inning. 6-7 is going to be a single 1-11 split, and it's a 12. So that is a line out to the second baseman also, 2 outs. Russ Nixon. 3-3 is ground ball to second. So Frank Bowling makes all the defensive plays in the 6th inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, 3-2 Detroit. Charlie Maxwell, well known for doing his best work on Sundays. Here's the pitch from Tom Brewer. 3-6 is a drive. It might be, it could be, it is out of here. A home run for Charlie Maxwell, and it becomes 4-2 Detroit. Chico Fernandez. 2-9 is a single. Batter is Frank Bowling. No outs. Fernandez at first. Here's the pitch. 2-9 is a ground ball to shortstop. That's going to be a double play. 6-4-3. And now there's 2 outs for the catcher, Lou Berberet. 4-11 is a fly ball left field X. Left fielder's Ted Williams. 3 on a 4 is caught. Go to the top of the 7th. Detroit 4 and Boston 2. Center fielder Willie Tasby will lead off for the Red Sox. In 1961, he was traded to the Senators and then hit 17 home runs for Washington. Here's the pitch to Willie Tasby. 4-7 is a ground ball second base X. The second baseman's a 2. 16 is the roll. That's an error on Frank Bowling. No outs, and Don Budden comes to the plate. 2 runs down. And Tasby is not being held. They will hit and run. 7 is going to be a missed pitch, I think. Batter misses picked for a steal. He is a D stealer. That's 1-9, and he is going to be safe. So the roll was 1. Tasby's at second. Don Budden's up. 3-5 is going to be a fly ball to center field. Okay. Warner holds. And Boston will come up with a pinch hitter, Pumpsy Green. Okay, the roll for Pumpsy Green is a 4-8. That's going to be a fly ball to center field. And no base advance there. Top of the order. Pete Reynolds. There is possibility he's a tie and run. We don't want to walk the tie and run on, but he's batting champion. We'll pitch to him. Here's the pitch. 4-9 is a strikeout. Go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Detroit still 4 and Boston 2. Mike Forniels is the new pitcher for the Boston Red Sox. He's facing Jim Bunning. 6-10 is a fly ball to center field. 1 out. Eddie Yost. 5-10, that's the fly ball center field X. The center fielder is Willie Tasby at a 3. 12-3 is going to be a single and an error. E8. And Eddie Yost is at second base. For Al Kaline, who's last time up hit a 2-run homer, here's the pitch to Kaline. 6-6 is a fly ball to center field. 2 away. Norm Cash, who also homered in his last at bat. 3-10 is going to be a walk. First and second for the Tigers. And Rocky Calavito. Calavito is 0 for 2 with a walk on the day. 6-11 is a ground ball to first base. Flips to the pitcher. Detroit's retired. We go to the top of the 8th. Tigers up by 2. Lou Clinton leads off for the Red Sox. 4-6 is a fly ball to right. Ted Williams. 1-10, that's going to be a ground ball back to the pitcher, Bunning. 1-3, 2 down, and Frank Malzone. 5-3 is a ground ball pitcher X. Out. 3 up and 3 down. Bottom of the 8th we go. Detroit 4, Boston 2. Mike Verniels will stay on and pitch for the Red Sox. He was pitching to Charlie Maxwell. I think I said Cash homered his last time out. That's not true. Maxwell homered his last time up. Pitched to Maxwell, 5-8. It's going to be a strikeout. Chico Fernandez. (5-2) is going to be a ground ball to the pitcher. And now Frank Bowling. (4-8) is a walk. Lou Berberet, the catcher. 6-9 is going to be a ground ball to second, 4-3. We go to the top of the 9th inning. Tigers 4, Red Sox 2. All right, to keep the Boston Red Sox on the top of the hill, it's going to be up to Vic Wertz, Russ Nixon, and Willie Tasby. Here's the pitch from Jim Bunning to Vic Wertz. 2-6 is a single, and that will get the tying run to the plate with nobody out. Nobody out, runner on first. 2 Tigers are warming up in the bullpen. That's Dave Sisler and Hank Aguirre. Here's the pitch to Russ Nixon. 6-9 is going to be a strikeout. That's 9 strikeouts for Bunning, and only Williams and Don Budden have not been struck out in the Tigers line, in the Red Sox lineup by Bunning. Willie Tasby's the batter with 1 out. 4-5 is going to be a strikeout. Bunning sees those 2 guys in the bullpen and says, not today. Don Budden. 6-8 is a strikeout. So Jim Bunning finishes today's game with a flourish, striking out the side after Tasby singles. We go to the wrap-up in just a second. In Game 2 of the American League King of the Hill tournament, the Boston Red Sox scored 2 runs on 5 hits, and they committed 2 errors. The Detroit Tigers scored 5 runs on 5 hits, and they committed 1 error. The winning pitcher was Jim Bunning. 9 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, only 5 hits, 10 strikeouts, and 2 walks. The losing pitcher was Brewer. 6 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 4 hits, a strikeout, and 5 walked. Home runs in the game by Al Kaline, a 2-run shot in the 5th. Charlie Maxwell, a solo home run in the 6th inning. And your final score today, Detroit eliminates Boston 4-2. So for Monday's game, Detroit Tigers will go to Washington, D.C., Griffith Park, to play the 5th place Washington Senators. And I forgot to mention the star of the game would be Jim Bunning. You probably know him for pitching a perfect game in 1964. That was on June 21st, on Father's Day. And Bunning threw a perfect game against the New York Mets, father of 7. Bunning had a degree, as we mentioned during the game, from Xavier University, became an investment broker after his playing days, then ran for legislature in the state of Kentucky, and eventually became a congressman in the U.S. Congress from Kentucky. Jim Bunning, our star of the game today. This is Apba Brian with Apba Baseball Classics saying have a good day, and thank you for watching, and God bless.